this time going out to Wyoming, Montana, to get their first snowfall. But I live by one motto. I live in Hillbilly Hollywood, Nashville, Tennessee. And if I'm away from the house, I'm running. So if the mountains require the driver to wear snow chains, I put on snow chains. I don't wait for them to plow the roads. I put them on and I go.
How long did it take you to put the chains on your truck?
For me, truck and trailer, it takes about maybe 20 minutes.
Wow. Man, it takes me 20 minutes to find them in my trunk.
You don't have to drive onto the chains. You can put them on while the truck is standing still?
Yes, the way I do it, I find it's easy. I just lap them over, and then I'll back up and hook them up, tighten them down, and kind of roll a little bit, make sure I don't hear no slacking noise. And then I'm off and running.
Are you really aware of when they've slipped off and they're wrapped around the axle?
I never had that problem in my 25 years. So I know how to put them on. A lot of guys who don't know how to put them on don't have that problem or fly off and go through your windshield.
I see that happening on your first outing, Tim. Yeah.
So
I'll tell you a quick story here. I was up in Big Bear. We were doing a remote, and Sam Rubin was going to be our guest that day. So we all go to Big Bear, and it's snowing up in Big Bear. And a lot of us pull into a gas station to have our chains put on. And Sam Rubin had a beautiful brand new Audi. And he didn't want to spend the extra $20 to have somebody put his chains on. He thought he could do it himself. Sam, probably not the most handy guy when it comes to tools, right? Great guy, may not be the guy to build your house for you. So he puts his own chains on. And then he drives by us on the way out of town because he's driving. He was done with his portion of the show, and he was going to drive back down to L.A., so we hear this car coming. He had wrapped his chain. It was coming off, and it was shattering and splintering his rear quarter panel. It was tearing it apart because the chain was loose. And it had to be louder than hell inside the car because it was loud to us as he drove by. And so we waved to him to try to get him to stop, and he just gave us that Hollywood wave and kept going. And he tore that car apart on the way down from Big Bear. All you could hear is, and it was just tearing the car apart. And I thought, man, that guy should have spent the extra $20 on that thing. All right, so Tim, you recommend having your own rig. Is that true?
Me, myself, and I, because I don't play well with others.
I see. Do you have a place to sleep in your cab?
Yes, I got a Kenworth, and it has the studio sleeper.
Wow.
I got a top bunk. The bottom bunk folds out to a couch. I got a Instapot. I got a refrigerator. I got a generator, run my AC, heat, plug in all my stuff or whatnot. I mean, this is my home away from home. And my wife and kids, they ride with me whenever they want to.
Oh, man. It just sounds like everybody who's sat through COVID for the last 2 years and has a house payment and got kids going through school. It just seems like, man, I don't see any downside in it yet. What's the downside?
The downside is, right now I'm pulling refrigerated trailers, and most of the time they say be there at 6 in the morning. You get there at 6 in the morning, they don't pitch in the dock till 9 o'clock, and they don't get you empty till noon. So what's the point of having a 6 a.m. appointment when I'm not getting out till noon? You know what I'm saying?
I had that problem on Licorice Pizza, a movie I did recently with Paul Thomas Anderson. Call time was at 5:30. I don't think they used me on set till about 10:30. Sort of the same problem, right?
But them guys talking about them lot lizards out there in Ontario. I used to run out California, Oxnard. Love y'all state, but I don't see how y'all can live out there. But Ontario and Cherry Avenue was the hot spots for them sleeper leapers. Real hot spots.
Wait, hold on a sec.
Leapers, I love that.
1 sec. Hey, Crows, your show's not over. Where are you going, bub?
Ontario?
It'll take a while to get out to their Cherry, because that's way past Ontario.
On your Kenworth, you got one of those big, in front, those are gorgeous rigs. You got one of those big, what is that, what am I talking about? The bumper on the front?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
What, the moose catcher?
Yeah, a moose catcher.
No, but a lot of them guys in Montana, Wyoming, they have them or whatnot, Alaska. Okay. But, Mark, I've been thinking about putting one on because I'm in your area. I'm over in Landover right now, and the traffic over here, as you know, the 495, 95, it's horrible. And I move better in L.A. than I could do over here. And I'm thinking about putting a moose catcher on here just in case they cut me off or they get my way and just push them off down the road till I get to my destination.
They had it coming. They deserved it. You know, next to L.A., I think that area you're in, D.C. and around that area is, in suburban Washington, is the worst traffic in the country. Yeah.
It's brutal.
Hey, Tim, I got a question for you. I see truckers in the winter, like in either Montana or North Dakota, even out here in the local mountains, and sometimes they put either a plastic or a material cover over their radiator, and it's only like a quarter open. Is that to keep the truck warm?
Yeah, so your temperature going to drop and be blowing out basically air conditioned. It happens with a lot of older trucks. The newer trucks, not so much, but a lot of the older trucks put a piece of cardboard up there, call it a winter front.
Right.
Keep that engine warm. They keep blowing out warm air.
Are you you're like a one-man band? You work for different companies?
I'm leased to a company out of Ohio, where I'm originally from. Kings Island?
Sure.
Park?
Yeah, absolutely.
20 minutes north of there, a little town called Wilmington, Ohio. But I live in Nashville now, and I leased to this guy, and he says, you guys make your own paycheck. He's a small outfit, and got 4 trucks, all owner operators. And
Wow.
right now, I'm hauling for that so-called expensive healthy store, Go Goods. Rhymes with that, if you know what I'm saying.
I got it, yeah. Hey, how much you making a year?
Last year I almost lost my shirt. I thought I was about to sell my truck and trailer because of COVID.
Right.
But this year, gross before my truck payment and all that, I should do about maybe $300,000.
Wow.
What are we doing here?
No kidding,
I'm
man.
going to see you like this.
Bye!
My paycheck with my own truck, after I paid my truck insurance, truck payment, trailer payment, which I let sit here in their lot, I brought home $5,600.
How much would it cost to buy a good used cab nowadays?
Oh, God.
80, 90 grand?
Probably somewhere in there, yeah.
All right.
My brother just ordered a brand new one. He'll get it in February.
Do they?
$204,000.
Wow, 204,000. They come in automatic, or you still have to be pretty good with the gear, with the shifting?
Man, Tim, there's more automatic trucks. It's a diamond in the rough to get a manual truck.
Really?
Wow, that's unreal.
See, that would have been my problem. 13 gears, I would have been, it would look like Popeye after a week.
Well, you'd have been in trouble. Mine, I got 18.
Oh, 18 gears. Wow. But now with an automatic, there's probably a lot of guys who look like Popeye.
Well, yeah, they like to show off. To me, an automatic truck is like driving Greyhound. If I want to drive, an automatic big vehicle, I'll go Greyhound.
All right, hold on one sec. We gotta get that guy's number too.
He's great.
These
He's
truckers
great.
who are driving cross country, man, they can lay some heavy stories on us. We should just do a whole hour of talking to these guys, because the stories truck drivers have, nobody rivals it. Nobody. I mean, they see enough. They see more in a week than we see in 30 years driving cross country. It's unbelievable. All right, we're live on KFI. It's Conway Thompson. More now. Crow!